Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? I apologize for taking so long. Thank you for being so patient. And I and I never have a problem giving a refund if somebody gets tired of waiting. Sometimes things just get caught up. Anyway, I'm going to talk to your grandpa. I think you kind of know how this works, but just remember there's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind because you'll see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and they'll go, oh, I know what he's talking about. So I've had people email me 6 months later and go, well, it finally showed up, what you said. Not what I said, what he said, what they said. So sometimes it's not here yet. Anyway, enough babbling. We decided to pull a card and I let him pick. I let him pick a card for you. So he picked standing in your power is way more forward moving than slipping into a deeply ingrained pattern. Catch yourself. He wants you to stand in your power. He says, plant your and he's planting his 2 feet on the ground. Plant your 2 feet on the ground. Stand there in your power. Don't let anybody push you over. Don't let anybody push you out of the way. Don't let anybody ignore you. He says there's a difference between standing in your power and being pushy. He says pushy has arrogance. Standing in your power is self-confidence. Something about righting the wrongs, making the wrongs right, righting the wrongs. I don't know what subject he's talking about. He's not going to give me all the details. He'll give me just enough so you should know what he's referring to. He said, I will always be with you. Love never dies. I will always be with you. He says you have a big fat guardian angel. He's talking about himself. How can you be so smart and be so blind, just like this, as to how beautiful you are inside and out? There's somebody around you that is very arrogant. It feels like a male person, but doesn't have to be. My energy comes across as male part of the time because my energy is so strong and tomboyish, maybe. Somebody has a lot of arrogance that is around you, though. That a dominant person, dominant energy, anyway. I don't mean dominant like a mother, father, blah, blah, blah. It can be. And that energy kind of makes you back up, like, whoa, it's a little strong. He says that's okay, do that. It's okay to back up and protect your own energy. That doesn't mean you don't love them. That doesn't mean you have to hate them. That doesn't mean you can't be around them. I think he's going into this a little too far because you may not understand the energy and healing work and stuff like that. So you might be getting a little too deep. Something about a bell tinkling. It may not be the exact bell sound. Right there, those are witches' bells. There's little bells on there. And he's shown me a little bell like that. Not that it has to be a witch's bell or a witch's bell thing. but I'm just trying to describe the sound that you will hear, a little tinkling. And when you hear that, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him that you love him, let him know that you know he's there. There's Do you have 2 daughters? Let's see. Okay, I think, anyway, all kids see them, hear them, talk to them, play with them. You ever seen a baby or a little bitty kid hold up a cookie to the air and act like they're feeding somebody? Because they are. They're feeding somebody they know. So until they get to be about 10 years old, and then they kind of go, and people will say I'm crazy if they think that if I tell them I'm talking to my dead grandfather. There's one he dances with. So one of your girls, I feel like it's the littlest one. Feel like it's her, and she'll just start just out of nowhere, no music. She'll just start doing a little jig, kind of up and down. At least that's the way he's showing it. And that's because he's dancing with her. He says they know I haven't left. Not sure what he's trying to say. How old do you have to be? You don't know what he's talking about. How old do you have to be? I don't know if he's asking you. He's talking about himself. How old do you have to be? Do what? Hang on. Okay. He led into the song To Love Somebody by the Bee Gees. And that's back in my day, probably his day too. I don't know how old he was. Anyway, they pick songs that I can relate to so I can pick them out. It doesn't mean he listened to the Bee Gees. But go Google that song, YouTube it, whatever you want to do, listen to that song and know that at some point you will start eventually hearing something about love somebody, to love somebody, to love somebody. Those words, maybe even Bee Gees themselves, will start just popping up out of the blue, or walking through the store and you're looking, you feel drawn to look to the right. Could be a picture of the Bee Gees. It could be, they make my head itch. Sorry, they make me look like I have head lice. Their energy really makes me itch. And or you may good grief, this is terrible. He's really making me itch. I think he's gonna make you itch too. Anyway, you might see a picture and it might say love somebody, or you might, do they even have magazines anymore? Billboard, bumper sticker, love somebody, anything like that. That'll be a sign from him. I think he's gonna make you itch too. I think you're gonna feel his energy, or at least he's gonna try to. So no, anytime you even think, even if you're not sure that it's a sign from him, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. And ask him, just flat out ask him. You have to give him permission. They cannot override your free will choice. Sometimes, like I walked into this house one time, and this little old man was plastered up in the corner. I go, what are you doing? He says, well, I don't want to scare them. I don't want to make noises. I don't want them to think their house is haunted with a demon. Or I said, get out here. Sometimes you need to tell them it's okay. Or if something happens like later at night, tell them that's not okay. He wants you to know how special you were. You were the first one to melt his heart. He says, and then it just kept melting more and more when the rest of them started coming along. I tried not to look like an old softy, but it was really, really hard to hide sometimes. Let me see what ALEXA sometimes will show something like that I'm drawn to. Sorry, that I'm supposed to mention, but I couldn't tell what it was. They come across in all kinds of ways, at least to me. I'm being pushed from behind by somebody. Hang on. So he says, "What are you going to do now? What what are your plans? What are you going to do now? I will still help you, just in a different way." Okay, so he wants me to explain. Don't ask Uncle Joe for financial help if he didn't have a pot to piss in when he was here, because he doesn't understand how it works here. So whatever he would have been good at helping you with here, if you're having a problem with whatever that type of subject is, sit on the couch and just start talking to him and give him permission to help you. Ask him for help. And what they've done for me, if my guides couldn't figure it out, they went and got somebody else. It works that way. Sorry. I'm apologizing for. I love it. So let's say he was a great mechanic and your car breaks down. So, hey, I need some help. Could you send me somebody who can help me fix this and make sure it's fixed correctly? Or you don't like your job and you want a better one. Maybe he was good at that. He's not saying he says he's a jack of all trades. He could do anything. And he's proud of himself. Even if he wasn't, he feels like he's joking. He's joking about being jack of all trades and knowing it all. He says, I am not joking. Oh, I thought I shut this off. So, okay, I'm done. He's holding a hair, HAIR, a single long hair. And it looks darker brown. I do not believe it's his. It looks long enough, it would probably be on a female. I don't know why he's holding this hair. I hope he's not going to just start leaving random hairs around your house. That's kind of gross. So, why is my head's itching again? There's something about this long dark hair. Like I said, there's always a reason for whatever they show. So, if you start finding them around your house, in your car, or you start feeling like you got a hair on you and you can't make it. One day, it's my nose, could not make it stop. There was no hair, but he'll be trying to get your attention. Again, validating. Let him know you know he's there, and then it's kind of like the floodgates open. And then you start getting more. If you want them, that's up to you. Chicken. He's talking about chicken. You either have chickens, he had chickens, you love chicken, you just ate chicken. It'd be one of those things, probably. Yeah, I don't think he's calling you chicken. He says, I am so glad I got to spin around this earth, this life with you. You were my pride and joy. Being drawn to ALEXA again, but I don't know what the hell that is. But okay, I don't know if there's something wrong with it, or it's his energy doing it. It's like showing random pictures. Okay, so there's words over here, and there's a picture of some, I can't even tell what it is. Something over here, but it's flashing. It's that picture is flashing over here, kind of in the middle. See, it's still doing it. It changes. It changes. There's words here. There's a different picture here. This is hockey. This picture is, it's the same picture. You've never seen it do this. It's crazy. So watch for, they love electronic products. Electronics, it's easy for their energy to manipulate. If you ever saw the movie Ghost, where he's in the subway, I'm fascinated. Maybe that thing's get messing up. Anyway, he's at Patrick Swayze's in the subway and he's trying to kick the can and flick the bottle cap, and he has to learn how to use his energy because he doesn't have fingers anymore to move stuff. So, and electronics are easy. Radios, clocks, evidently ALEXA, because I don't know why this is doing that. I'll reset it here in a little bit, see if it quits. Or I'll just see if it quits after this reading. Okay. So, watch for maybe your TV will blip, or maybe you have an ALEXA with a big picture thing on it, or even your computer, your phone, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, something's going to be blipping. So don't automatically think it's broke. Whenever they mess with my computer or something, I go, oh my God, do I spend hours trying to figure out what's wrong with it? Do I take it to computer people and get it fixed? Or are you guys messing with me again? It's still blipping. Okay. Say that again. He wants you to watch for angel messages. You don't know how you're going to know if they're angel messages. I think you'll just know by whatever little things being said or shown to you. And like I said, billboards, bumper stickers, walking through a store. Oh, sometimes I don't know how you're gonna know whether it's from him or from an angel, but it really doesn't matter because it's all heavenly. He says, know that you are truly divinely loved. He's saying by many, like behind him, by many, many. There are ancestors and all kinds of, I don't want to call them spirits because that sounds like ghostly energies behind him that are blood related. They don't have to be blood related to help. Shoes. I don't know if you stepped in gum lately, you stepped in dog poop. Maybe he did one time when he's dressed up, when he was dressed up. He's trying to validate that it's him. I usually ask him for a couple of things to validate, so you know for sure I'm not making this up, that I'm really talking to him. And the little girl dancing, I think, will be a validation. Okay, with that, he's going to leave. He's just blowing you kisses like crazy. Just blowing kisses, blowing kisses. Watch for one or both of your little girls to do that to you out of the blue, blow you kisses. And you probably have already taught them that, but he's doing it very fast, so that might make a difference. Instead of just one, he's doing a whole bunch. Either that or he's validating dating that they do that and he sees it. So he says he helps them. He says, don't forget to be kinder to yourself than others. Kinder. Kinder to yourself than others. Because you're the one that counts the most. Just don't do it in an ego way. Right? With that, he kind of went poof. He was gone. Usually they walk off and they're waving and whatever. He just went poof. Gone. But he's not really gone. And they're not really up there. They're really here. Here. Okay, my dear. I can hear him like far off in the distance going, I love you. He was in a hurry to go somewhere. Okie dokie. Thanks for being patient again. And hey, let me know. Let me know if any of it made sense. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Mwah.